Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Imran Malik and I'm a GP. I just wanted to make a very quick video just to talk about the safety aspects of working in general practice. Now, there has been this deluge of anger and hatred directed at GP surgeries recently, and it's largely fueled by this very negative, hostile press. I just wish these guys would just spend one day shadowing GPs in the community to see what we do. But in any case, thankfully, the amount of physical assaults that happen are few, but unfortunately the torrential amount of verbal abuse that seems to be on the rise is a huge problem. And I've got to say, to any receptionists or admin staff or managers watching this, my heart goes out to you guys. You know, you really do a fantastic job. Thank you for everything. If it wasn't for you guys doing what you do, we could not do what we do. Let's dive straight in. Anyway, I'm not a security expert by any means, but you know, some of the things I picked up along the way are the following. So first thing is, when you're in your GP room, just have a quick look around and check for anything that can be weaponized. Now, I had a friend, he had a computer screen thrown at him. We can't bolt things down, but you know, anything small and sharp and pointy, just keep them out of the way, letter openers, scissors and that sort of thing. Whilst you're looking around your room, make sure the layout is correct. Practitioners with your nurse, healthcare assistant and doctor, you always should be nearest the door. It shouldn't be a situation where an angry patient can obstruct your exit in the need for a getaway. Panic alarms are good if you've got them and they work. Please test them every month. And if you don't have them, it's not a problem. Most IT systems have a combination you can click to alert other online users. So System 1, Control, Enter and Shift. EMIS has a button in the top right. I'm not sure about Adastro or Vision. If anyone knows, please leave a comment down below. Now, I actually work a lot of the time in secure environments where I see people that are often taken off normal GP lists, and I will often have a security guard outside my room listening out for any loud raised voices, and if I'm particularly concerned, I can have a healthcare assistant in with me who can raise the alarm if necessary. Now, as well as protecting yourself, you should keep an eye on your property. Make sure you keep your keys, wallet and phone on you at all times. You should never hang them up in a coat on the door. When you leave the room, you know, things can go missing, and I've heard of people's cars going missing like that as well, so keep that in mind. Now, a particular area of vulnerability for people is when we're doing home visits. Now, we always obviously try to bring patients in whenever we can, but if you need to do home visits, you know, lunchtime is the best time rather than evenings, particularly on, you know, winter evenings. And I always ring ahead, as well as to get clinical information. I try to just gauge the tone and, you know, just detect for any kind of aggression from the other end. If I hear any loud barking noises, I will ask the patient to put the dog in another room. And when you're driving to home visits, try and park in a well-lit area, lock your doors. I had a colleague who, you know, she was in her car, and at a traffic light someone tried to get into her car. I've heard of GPs having the you know, brand new, well, I heard of a GP who had his brand new Audi stolen at a home visit. So, you know, it's not common, but just to keep that in mind. If you like your teddy bears and plush toys, I would recommend not putting them in your dashboard, because it gives a clear indication that this is a female car. And if you've got a time ticket that you paid for, then people can look at that and know what time to expect you back. One thing I would recommend is never to unlock your car at a distance. I don't know if it's a child in us, but we like to try and test our fobs and see how far we can, you know, how much range we have. But you know, if you're 20 meters away from your car and someone dives in, there's nothing much you can do about that. Now, I've done a bit of research to look for any apps that are useful when doing home visits, and I found one or two that are on a paid subscription, and some are quite reasonable. I'll leave a link of one below. I thought it was quite good, and these are ones that you can trigger them if you're in distress. They will send out an SMS with your location on it, and they will detect for, you know, sudden falls. So if you drop to the ground, it will send out an alert. And if you have a period of inactivity where you're not moving about, it will detect that and send out an alert. Hopefully your practice manager will be on your contacts that you've sort of pre-installed on the app, and they will send out the cavalry if necessary. You know, I hope that this is useful. I know it's not rocket science. I think the key thing is just to bring the idea of safety back into the forefront of our minds. And if you have a practice meeting, it's worth just talking about safety and just making sure you're all on the same page. Anyhow, guys, stay safe and God bless. If it wasn't for you guys doing what you do, we could not do what we do. Did I say do?